Hey everyone, welcome to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for Tuesday, November 15th, 2016. I'm Athen, and this channel is about using the actual constellations in the sky known as Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to check out the link down below for more information. All right, so we are coming off of that full moon still, which was in Taurus, and so it's still a day of Taurus. Really good for accessing the sensual side to life. As I was saying in the full moon report, really connecting to nature and everything that nature provides, which is a lot of the resources and material things in our life. So it might be through the aromas, it might be through the tastes, the essentials, the touches. These are really good things to get comfortable with. And that's what it's about. It's being comfortable, stopping to smell the roses, and really being grateful for what we have in our life. And if it is on a more internal level, really accessing the resourceful side of ourselves, our natural gifts, our natural abilities, in order to cultivate those values in life. So that's the moon, and of course the sun is still in Libra, so still an excellent time to be focused on cooperation, working with others, focusing on others' needs. This is on the relationship front. If it's not relationships, then it's just bringing balance to our life. It's a really good time to be focused on that as well. So today we do have a lot of aspects taking place, but it's really quite simple, actually. It's that the moon is going to be forming a grand cross, which we'll go ahead and look at, along with Mercury sextiling up to Mars. So let's go ahead and talk about this Mercury sextile Mars. This is a opening of the day, some opportunity, you might say, to initiate some things. And so what might be initiated could possibly be some ideas. I think it's a really good day for putting ideas forward. It might be a bit of the routine. If you've been feeling like lately you want to, get that routine or diet or regimen, or maybe your work in motion in some sort of sense, it could be an opportunity for that as well. And maybe just being quite direct with communications and with the routine and with these ideas. This has been actually Mars, the dispositor of that full moon. The full moon happened quite close to Aries. So there is a lot of this initiation type of feeling and direct energy and independence as well. So it's not a given, but I think it's just an opening for initiation, for independence, for directness. And maybe it has to do with, again, ideas and the routine, and maybe some communications as well. So that's going to be a sort of backdrop to this. But now this grand cross, grand cross with the moon, it's going to be pulling on some key areas. One is that Mercury. In fact, the moon will be opposing up to Mercury and then Saturn. Okay, so this is a Mercury, first of all, that's been shifting into Scorpio, which is about communicating and thinking about things on a deeper level. Okay, and this is what it's all about. It's about openness with life and seeing what really matters and thinking about what really matters in life. And research and psychology and transformation and healing and spirituality, all these things can be very good right now, especially if it's being brought into the routine or into the daily sphere. And that's what Saturn's really been helping us do this year, is really build things in life that truly matter to us, right? That go beyond the material realm. But in this Grand Cross, there is this opposition, right? So with the deeper stuff, there's also the earthly stuff, right? We can't have one without the other, right? And this is, if you look at all shamanic, healing arts and things like that, they're all grounded in nature. They're all grounded in earth. And that's a great way of working with this, seeing the deep truths, seeing what can be transformed, what can be changed, what can be communicated and thought of in that deeper way, but grounding ourselves into the material world, enjoying and being grateful for the material world and nature and Mother Earth. So with that balance, and it's also a balance too, which with what is a very relationship-oriented side of the chart, this is more about shared resources and openness and vulnerability in relationships. There is also this groundedness in our own self-reliance, right? Our own our own personal resources. And we can't have one without the other, right? We can't have good connections with others, for example, if we don't have any sense of self-reliance and personal values, right? And vice versa. In order to have personal values, self-reliance, we do have to rely on others and have a deeper understanding of life in and of itself to go beyond just the material level of things, right? To really access what truly matters. So that's the opposition dynamic to that. The square is actually to the the north or the south node and Neptune conjunction that I was talking about, that I've been talking about. In fact, this conjunction is going to go exact this week. So with this one, like I was saying, it's so important to be making change this week. Even last week, this is about making change, particularly with where we can bring some balance into our life that has to do with Neptune. In other words, we want to have acceptance. We want to work on having acceptance, living in the present moment without projecting our, let's say, mental noise or our mind into the future. And that can create confusion. It can create doubt. It can create uncertainty. A lot of this might be about our ideals. It might be about the world, with Aquarius or the community or something like that. But we want to be present. We want to accept things for how they are. And in that way, we're transforming. And that's exactly what's coming out from this. This conjunction, I think, is going to go exact on Thursday. Okay, so this is another prelude to this in terms of how we can challenge ourselves to be more accepting and to live in the present moment without projecting any type of ideal or fantasy or delusion really into the future, which can create doubt, uncertainty, and loss. And it's also too, about having a healthy dose of action. Sometimes the south node can draw out Neptune, which means we might be feeling sometimes apathetic or like, things are just too much on a low and we're not taking enough initiative, we're not taking enough action. So it isn't about rushing forward, but it is about once we've accepted things for how they are, we're no longer apathetic. We no longer have that extreme of Neptune of lethargy or not wanting to take action or things like that. Now, the square is to the north node, of course, and this is the whole life path. This is really the key to this year and next year, which is that collectively, we're all learning more about our self-expression and cultivating the things that are personal to us. Because this is what Leo symbolizes. We can't have these ideals and these community things and all this if we're not connected to what excites us, what we're passionate about, and if we're not expressing that passion. And it might be verbal, but it could be through mediums. It's a really good time, for creative things, for anything that does require that creative thinking and just passion and interests and hobbies and all these types of things that we could be passionate about. Okay, so that's the key. I think expressing ourselves is really the formation of all of this. And as a result, I think we'll find that we're continuing to learn more about it and plant new seeds about that self-expression. All right, so that's the Grand Cross. It's, like I said, involving a lot of different areas. Of course, because Mercury sextiling Mars, the moon will be trining up to Mars. So the day could begin with a bit of initiation. It could be good for confidence. Again, that goes back to the whole direct energy, maybe moving some things forward. Again, the full moon was in Aries. It is an excellent time for that initiation. But again, with acceptance, with the square from Neptune and the south node. Okay, and as we get into the evening time, the moon does trine up to Jupiter. So there could be maybe a bit of inspiration, maybe seeing possibilities and potentials, which is about the future, about taking care of the details of things and really working on our personal development. This is what Jupiter is really helping us do collectively, is develop ourselves, right? And again, it could go back to the routine or any of that Mercury stuff, but all in all, maybe feeling a bit inspired in the evening time. All right, so that's the day in a nutshell. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.